everybody. Welcome to another episode of The Lockbox, brought to you by the Grandon Group, Arizona's #1 brother and sister real estate team, and my awesome co-host who's here every week. And she's actually turned into a great host. Oh. Angela.
Whoop, whoop.
You are. I even posted some stuff about you. How
You're
great
amazing.
No, you've been doing good. Do you love doing this?
I do. Thursdays are my favorite.
Thursdays are fun, aren't
Yeah,
they?
we have so much fun.
That's the days we come in, film, shoot, all that fun stuff.
Yep.
So what's going on in the mortgage world?
It's still really busy. People are, calling in to get pre-qualified for those homes. There's lots and lots of offers, obviously, being put on homes just because inventory is low. So still incredibly important if you are looking for a home to get pre-qualified and to call the Hendrick team, because you want to work with a lender that really has a great reputation, and we do over at the Hendrick team at
and you know what's
VIP
great?
Mortgage.
You guys answer that phone on Sunday evening at 8 o'clock.
We do. That is huge, right? I mean, you have to. People are putting in offers all times of the day, every single day of the week, and you have to be available. So that is, I think, one of, obviously, we have great client care and that kind of thing, but being able to answer your phone goes along with that. It's super important.
No, it's great. So I've called a couple times, and you sound like you've been out of breath. Do you hit the gym and you answer the phone at the same time?
I do hit the gym.
That's great.
I've been working on my fitness.
No, that's great. That's great. Yeah. And one of the important things, and we talk about it to even other realtors and other businesses, is that it's important to stay in shape when you're doing anything. I mean, you got to stay mentally fit.
I think hitting the gym first thing in the morning is huge and really sets my day. When I don't do that, I feel it. I feel it throughout the whole day. I leave the gym and I feel like, I can conquer the world. So
no, exactly. So, and it's funny because I'm not the biggest person in the world, but I'm in pretty good shape, I think. But I think just even working out on a treadmill helps anybody in any job do better. So even if you're a dog catcher, you should get out there and work out and stuff.
You should. It clears your mind. I hit the gym, whatever's on my mind. I mean, I leave it at the gym, right? I work hard. I give myself an hour, and then I move on with my day. So.
Unless a client or a realtor calls and you answer the phone.
Then I'm on it as I'm running. Yeah.
You do. And but so seriously, that's an exceptional quality, because it's hard to find that in people these days. And
thank you.
I know our team. I know my sister answers the phone nonstop.
Yes, she's
so that's
amazing.
why we give out her number instead of mine.
Yes.
But it's important because people are looking to make a big decision.
It is. It's extremely important, and you want to. Nobody wants to call and get a voicemail.
No, of course not. Or it's, there's some people that wait like 24 hours to call back, which is ridiculous.
Yeah,
So anyway, so today you're the one who invited our guest, who, by the way, is awesome.
He is amazing.
It is. And this is, I think it's a really important segment. It's stuff that a lot of people don't talk about because it's kind of like, I don't want that known in our family, this or that.
Yeah.
But I think the way he's going about it is phenomenal.
It's amazing. I wish. I think you're completely right. A lot of people don't want to talk about it. It has maybe a certain stigma to it. I can speak from experience that, I dealt with this in my own family growing up, and I wish, this would have been around to help, my brother back when he was having issues.
No, absolutely. And this is one of the reasons why Arizona is great, because we get so many different people and so many different businesses. So why don't you introduce our guest?
So we have Rob Best with the Barbell Safes Project.
Hey, Rob, how you doing?
Good. Glad to be here. Thank you for having me.
So I was checking out the site, and this is absolutely amazing. So unlike, your typical gym, you're going to go work out and stuff, you deal with people that have had substance and alcohol abuse, right?
That's right. Our main focus is individuals that have experienced difficulties from drugs and alcohol. I myself am coming up on 9 years sober from both drugs and alcohol. And that's really how it was born, was just from... I've gone through it myself, and I was self-administering, like, exercise. I was a conventional means, like rehabs and been locked up and all that kind of stuff. But exercise was always really important to me along the way. And as someone who's been through all these programs, I realized, like, we're not really using exercise, we're not prioritizing exercise as much as we should be out there. We're still letting these guys and girls, smoke 2 packs a day. We're pumping them full of sugar, trying to get them to gain a bunch of weight. And then they get out of rehabs and they they physically feel terrible, right? And as we all know, if you physically feel terrible, you mentally feel terrible.
Right.
So now you're trying to do something for all this anxiety and depression, but obviously this isn't helping. It's only making those things worse. And so that's where I was like, well, I already own a gym. I'm going to invite guys and girls in, and I'm going to give away free classes for people that are in recovery. And that's really where it started from.
So what is the Barbell Project?
So the Barbell Saves Project started a couple years ago, and we offer free group fitness classes for individuals in recovery. So all they have to have is 48 hours or more of proclaimed sobriety. So you've got, guys and girls that are, we're attached now to a methadone treatment facility in this 30,000 square foot building. Just 3 weeks ago, we opened up an 8,000 square foot gym. So it stands alone. It operates as the Barbell Saves Project. And so you've got, patients coming across from the treatment center that are, days sober, 4 or 5 days sober, really, really rocked and devastated. And then you've got, guys and girls like myself, with long-term sobriety, lots of success and all that stuff. And we cross-mingle these people. And what you end up getting is this like really, really awesome environment, this almost like networking thing where, I can help you. I can show you the way, and it's been super, super fun. So we've been doing that for a couple years, but only now in the past month have we gotten our own space that's solely dedicated to the Barbell Saves Project, and that's what's really exciting.
Do you hold the people accountable?
I hold them accountable.
So,
yeah.
I mean, so you put them on a regime, and you better be here at 6 a.m. or?
Yeah, I mean, we hit them with a velvet hammer. That's what you would say. No, it's interesting to see already the little accountability groups that pop up. There's a group of several women already just after a month who've got their own little chat group, and I didn't know it, and I was all upset about it. I was like, why am I not a part of the chat group, the Barbell Saves chat group? So they are now holding each other accountable already and bolstering each other, and it's just incredible. The things that you see like that maybe I didn't even know could possibly happen. You start to see some of these folks come in with some really, really devastating issues. We've got like domestic violence and things like that, really hard-hitting stuff. And you see the community already grabbing and gravitating to that person and helping them and taking them out for coffee and being there for a ride. Like, do you have a plan? This sort of thing like just happens. And that was just by bringing all these similar type of people together under one roof.
So are you when you hold them accountable, are you finding that working out has a direct effect on the time they go home and they're like, I'm going to use again or whatever? So we're not obviously in that kind of realm, so I don't know the correct terminology, but do you find that working out has a direct correlation to them going home and saying, oh, you know what, I'm not going to use today?
Yeah, I mean, I think that science right now is at a place where it's starting to back up that statement, and we're out there also as a group. Like we're partnered with the ASU School of Social Work. We're starting to study this. We're starting to see like what are the effects of exercise long term. Like, is the recidivism rate lessened, or the odds of relapse lessened? And yeah, the answer is almost obviously yes. But we need to collect that data, and that's kind of what the project also aims to do, is obviously study more and provide all that data so we can create like a scientific paper on this sort of thing.
And this is the nonprofit part of your gym, right?
Correct.
So a 501c3?
We are.
So are people allowed to give you donations?
Absolutely. So if you're listening, you can give us donations.
No, absolutely. And so do you
big.
obviously use it for, do you do CrossFit classes and everything, or is it just all
Yeah,
free
no,
weights?
it's all the same programming. Now, I was brought up in CrossFit. When I was about a year sober, I was really, I was really, really passionate about exercise. It was the thing that was waking me up at 4 o'clock in the morning. I was out here at Piestewa Peak going up and down and up and down. I was going to LA Fitness and working out 2-3 hours a day, and then I would go to a CrossFit class in the evening, and that model just really was appealing to me, and that's where I was like, well, this whole community thing would really be effective, I think, on folks that suffer from drug and alcohol abuse like myself. So I opened a couple CrossFit gyms here in the Valley, and I still own one with my wife here called CrossFit Uru in Phoenix. And that's where we initially started running the program out of. And it was really just an attempt to just give back to the community. I donated a couple hours of my week and ran classes, pick up guys at AA meetings and things like that, like come back to my gym and work out. So a friend of mine who was a member of my gym was also a professor at ASU School of Social Work, and she was like, this is such a cool concept. Why don't we go to ASU with it and present it to them? So we went and met their director. They loved it, and immediately the director over there became the president of my board. That obviously then accelerated and opened up a lot of doors for us. And we got introduced to the CEO of a major clinic here called Community Medical Services. And it was with that relationship that we both envisioned this gym space standalone, right, operating in collaboration with them. So they got 2,000 or 3,000 patients at each of these locations, and now they can just directly funnel those patients right to us, basically prescribe the Barbell Saves Project program to their patients. Now, we're also open to the general public, anybody in recovery, but we were tagged right along here with these guys, and so they're just pumping them into us, and that's what we hope to do. Now, there's 22 of these locations in Maricopa alone, so we want to pop a Barbell Saves up at every one of these CMSs where we can, have the greatest impact across the valley.
Isn't this amazing?
It's
Something like this out here?
amazing. I think it just goes a really long way. I myself, haven't had an addiction problem, but I feel like it would be incredibly hard to suffer from addiction, get clean, and then try to get out there and live a normal life. It would be probably very lonely at the beginning because although you have family and friends, their experience with your addiction is different than your experience with your addiction. So I think it just goes a long way in saying that you're providing a great place for recovering addicts, whether they're 1 day sober or 10 years sober, to just feel that sense of community and to be with other people who have gone through those similar situations. So there is an identity there, right?
Yeah, for sure.
So.
And Angela was there. Angela knows firsthand what it was like to be around me as an addict. She remembers. That's actually how she met me. I was really in the depths of addiction when she met me. So you've got her husband and all my friends that we went to high school with saying, like, Rob is this great guy. And Angela saying,
I don't know that, Rob.
Rob doesn't seem like a great guy. He doesn't have it together. He seems pretty crazy.
I hear what you're saying, but
so yeah, so years of that goes on, and I burned, like so many of us, I end up burning so many bridges, right? Like, I don't have friends. My family has all but been torn apart because of the way that my brothers feel that my parents are mishandling the situation. So my addiction has spreading effects to my family and friends. By the time I'm locked up and put in rehab, only my dad will talk to me. My mom is over it, refuses to see me anymore. My brothers, and rightfully so. I mean, I'm the one that did this. I left this wake of destruction.
Even today?
No. So when I get sober, I come out of jail, I go to a rehab, I do 30 days there, and I start putting my life back together. But like Angela's pointing out, I mean, that's a lonely time. You don't even think of it like that, but I don't have any friends. I mean, today I'm sitting here on a podcast with you guys. I make a friend over here out in the lobby. I've got thousands of friends today, but there was a time, right, when I got sober, I've already obviously put myself in that horrible position, but I'm at my lowest point. I've got no one to turn to, and no one will pick up the phone anymore. So that's where what the Barbell Saves Project is really trying to do is say, like, come over here, come hang out with us. We're a bunch of people who've all been right where you've been, and we're going to exercise and do healthy things. We're not here to promote any of the 12-step programs or any religious programs. Like, this is like a sports team. We're all going to play a co-ed sports thing together, and if we can help in any way, let us know. And that's really, we keep it really simple like that. But for so many people, that's all it takes. I mean, that guy just sitting out there, I just see him smoking a cigarette. I was just thinking the other day, he's out there getting treatment. He's all alone. There he is, just thinking probably to himself, this sucks. This is boring as shit. And here we come. We bring him into this beautiful top-of-the-line gym with these experienced coaches. I mean, shit, one of my coaches is an ex-NFL football player, and it's like, come on in and let's work on your life together, and that's such a cool thing. It just has such an incredible impact already just after 1 month.
Are you finding that they train one addiction for another? I mean, because working out becomes an addiction. You're getting those hormones going.
God, I hope so. I hope they get addicted to exercising.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously there would be a point where one could say that someone is using exercise as a coping mechanism, that could be problematic. But I mean, that's once we get to that stage, we'll deal with that problem. But for the most part, these guys and girls are coming in 2-3 days a week right now. It's the highlight of their week. They're making friends. They're joining this community, and it's been really great.
So, as a former user, you're going through that load time and stuff. I mean, at what point did you say, you know what, I'm going to start a project that's going to help everybody? Because obviously, then didn't start right at the beginning.
No, it didn't. It was a selfish process in the beginning. It was all about me, and I needed to focus on myself. You go through this process of like writing down basically all these like character defects, all the things that got me to this point and the things that I need to work on. And then you go to work on yourself, and you spend all that time, like, my first year or two, just really devoted to self-care and, building a better version of myself. And then once you get to a certain level, it just feels natural to like give back. You're like, okay, all these dots like line up. And I mean, this is the same for all, like probably everybody in their careers. It's like you get to a level where you're like, I bet I could teach other people how to do this, right? It's just like consulting,
Right.
And you get to this point where like, I need to give back, and I need to go back now, get back down in that hole and start helping people out. It just came naturally, and I see that a lot. I'm not the only one. I mean, the team that surrounds me are all people that are just like that. And here in Arizona, I mean, there are so many great organizations of people filled like that that have also suffered from drugs and alcohol and have gone back now to start helping people.
Well, this is a pretty niche market.
It's a niche
Yeah.
market.
I mean, this is
Definitely.
great that you found something like this to help people out.
but it's a
stuff.
bigger market than you think.
Well, so
And it's
Arizona,
sad, and it's super sad. It's
Yeah.
such a big market.
being a border state and stuff, I
Yep.
mean, you see stuff that normal people that come to Arizona are not going to see.
Right.
So you see this and you know how to find it. And what's your success rate? I mean, are you thinking that you've got a really high success rate with helping people along with their program?
Yeah, I mean, if we can just simply ask, like, do you enjoy the program? Was this something you'd like to try again? I mean, we're at 100% success rate. I haven't had an individual come through in the last 2 years, even from the other facility, that didn't enjoy it, like that didn't see it, that it had value. And whether or not like someone comes in this afternoon and takes a class and then comes back tomorrow, that's not what it's about. It's about if that person needs us, that they know we're there. And maybe today she shows up and doesn't come back for 6 months, but she comes back in 6 months and says, I knew you guys were still here. And then she's ready to turn her life around.
Do you
So
guys provide nutritional support and help people?
that's an area that we will expand on. And currently we just provide the classes where we obviously talk and discuss nutrition and all that kind of stuff. But there'll be that'll be its own practice that we'll pick up here in the near future.
This is fantastic.
It is.
So
It's
you and I
incredible.
pay hundreds of dollars a month to go to the gym and stuff, and
Yes.
Yeah.
you know, and this is something that can really help people. Are you?
super impactful?
Oh, it is. It is. I mean, that's really helping a lot of people. And so, ideally, what's the end goal?
Well, I mean, 3 to 5 years, I'd like to see us, in 20 of these locations around the valley. And then obviously, once we have really solidified our presence here in Arizona, then we'll expand out to some of the other states. But our simple goal that drives us every day is where do we go to help the most people in need? So that's just the underlying driving force. When you're making a decision, it's like, where can I have the greatest impact? Mm-hmm. Do I go over here where I can help 5, or do I go over here where I can help 500? I go over here where every decision is based on that. It's just a practical decision, like where is the greatest need? That's who we need to partner with, or that's where we're going to go, and that's where we're going to have the greatest impact. We're not the class structure is inviting to all. It is strength and conditioning mixed with some aerobics and mixed with some like body weight stuff, but it is tailored to meet you like where you come in at. So it's not CrossFit. It's
Right.
not over the top, difficult or challenging, but it is there for you to progress. But yeah, I mean, we keep it really simple. My wife is an incredible physical therapist, and she's been a programmer. That would be like somebody that creates the workouts for the last 5 years, and she does a great job of creating a really accessible program to meet people where they are when they come in.
Has this helped you repair your relationships with your family and everything by doing this?
Yeah, those relationships, healed over time. Once it didn't take long. It took some longer than others. I mean, I had betrayed some trust with my brothers, with my nieces and nephews and things like that, where I'd put them in some peculiar situations,
Right.
And before they were like letting me drive my niece to the movies or something, they were like, "Nah, you're not doing that yet." But all of those wounds healed and then some. I always tell people that I work with that your greatest weakness will become your greatest strength. Like everyone, when you're in addiction, and it's the stigma, you're beaten up and people look down on you and you're a criminal and you're all these things, But when you overcome all of that and come out the other end, now all of a sudden you're on a podcast and people, are like, wow, like what you did was so amazing. And I really try to push that. Like, it's just around the corner. It's just a decision away,
Right.
where people will admire you for overcoming this addiction. If you can just get on the right side of this, it will actually become like your superpower, like we're like, whoa, like that's so cool that that you struggled with drugs and alcohol for a decade and then you got yourself clean and started, helping other people. So that's something that all those wounds and relationships totally healed.
So how can people reach out to you if they want to see the project and meet with you or even maybe get involved? Somebody who needs help?
Yeah, I mean, if anybody wants us to look us up, we're the barbellsavesproject.org on the web, or you can contact me personally right there, 623-850-0474. That's my phone number. So you can just text or call me or leave a voicemail, whatever. I'll try to pick up even on Sunday nights. Drives my wife crazy. She's like, "Who are you texting?" I'm like, "Somebody in need."
See, this is why we love Arizona. I mean,
is.
The Grandon Group loves it. I know VIP, Hendrick's team and stuff.
Yeah.
But this is one of the things that makes Arizona great. And honestly, I didn't hear about this program, and we've been fortunate enough to work with a lot of the homes that help this and stuff. I just think this is fantastic.
Yeah, and so we work with those homes. That's who we've had the greatest impact with are these halfway homes. So we reach out to them. They've got a guy that's a house manager who's got some longer term sobriety, and then you got a group of guys or girls that it's like 4 or 5 in the house, and then they just bring them all to the house. They bring them all to the gym now. So now we've got 4 or 5 different homes all coming, and they just love it. Right, same situation there. Those guys are new to recovery. They're new to their sobriety, and now they have this like amazing space and place to like let loose and have fun. And
Don't you love seeing in people's faces when they're changing, getting clean?
Yeah.
How it just goes from like nothing to
Yeah. You get
Shining.
your person back.
Yeah.
I love that we have Rob back.
Yeah.
We've had him back for a while, but
No,
yeah,
that's great.
It feels really good.
No, that is. Yeah, Angela, this is a good thing. We should actually
Yeah,
turn this show into like a Dr. Phil show,
There we go.
shouldn't we?
Yeah.
We could.
We could. No, this is great.
That
Rob,
was
tell
really
everybody how to reach out to you again.
So the barbellsavesproject.org, or hit me up on my cell. Yeah, I really appreciate you guys having me here.
No, this
Super
is
cool.
great. And for those of you that are thinking about donating, because we are, we're hitting 4th of July and then getting into holiday season.
Yeah.
You can make donations and
Yeah, right on our website. We click on the donate button and you'll get your receipt and all that right there.
and sometimes even volunteering is same as donating.
Yeah,
right?
absolutely.
So,
Absolutely.
And then any of the gyms out there and stuff, if you guys want to send some of your people over, I mean, this is really great. I'm really excited about it. We're going to
It's
push
cool.
this.
Yeah.
Yeah, I appreciate it. I really
it'll be
appreciate
great.
it. And that's really why I'm here, is just to, if one person listening, has a brother or sister or a kid or, that this might help, then pick up the phone.
No,
We're here.
absolutely.
Mhm.
This is great.
Yeah.
Angela, how can people reach out to you?
Sure. So the Hendrick team, we're at Hendrick Team at VIPMTGINC.com or by phone 623-979-5523.
Hey, and you guys make sure you get pre-qualified if you're going to go out and buy a house. If you're
Yes.
looking to sell, do not sell just anybody. Interview the agents
Yes.
and make sure you are getting top dollar for your house. Even in this market with it being super high, you might as well still get the most for your
Get the bang
house,
for your buck.
right?
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then for those of you that have issues or have family issues, I know it's a private matter and stuff. reach out to Rob. I mean,
Yeah.
this is really great
It's
stuff.
really great. We're
So-
very lucky that he's come this far and just created the Barbell Saves project.
Yeah, and it
because
looks
with-
like he's in good shape too.
he's in great shape. Yeah. Hey, I'm working out too.
Hey, no, you look
Yeah.
you look great.
All right.
Angela's
You know?
been on it. Angela has been on it.
Oh, yeah.
I can vouch for that. So doing great. Doing
Thanks,
really, really
thanks,
well.
Coach.
That's awesome. Well, hey, there you go. We got another show wrapped up. We'll see you guys next week. Hey, anything you need, we're the Grandon Group, Arizona's #1 brother and sister real estate team, and we will see you guys next week on The Lockbox.